happens in South Bend, you're probably going to get a lot more representation from even like Wisconsin. I mean, there's going to be more people coming from more areas because of how many events go on, how many regionals go on to its core, but also where they're located. I think there's just so much care put into all of the thought for every Smash event that happens in the Midwest, from what I've seen so far. And I've only been here a month, so what does that say?
Hopefully, I got more to show you then.
Yeah.
Excited to put you on some more comms. I'm liking it so far. But what we have right now is AnthonyIsntCool versus Sunny. Funnily enough, I was surprised to see this. This is the first time that these two players have fought against each other. And
ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is sort of the region where we see tons of clouds, and the poster child for that is going to be AnthonyIsntCool. And funnily enough, it's also the region where you see tons of snakes. And when you talk about the best snakes in the Great Lakes area, Sunny is one of those names that constantly comes up.
I like that. Two massive names regionally that, again, haven't fought each other. It's just
right, exactly.
Me. That's crazy.
You find that a lot with some of the brackets. When you do like more of the double elimination style, you're going to be seeing players that just don't have set counts versus each other. But this is so far going the way of AnthonyIsntCool. PS2. I'm a little surprised that Anthony just decided to let Sunny go here to start it off with, but it seems to be doing well for him.
Yeah, I think that maybe there's some confidence there. Getting behind against Snake is obviously a big problem, but if you can get a lead on PS2, you have more room to run away from a lot of the options, right? Grenade toss is not going to go full screen unless it's like unless it's pick up fast toss, in which case, you know, that's so telegraphed, and otherwise placing the grenades isn't really going to put your opponent into a difficult situation like it might on Hollow Bastion or even something with a smaller platform stage like Small Battlefield. When you have PS2, you're forcing a snake that falls behind to approach you, and you can't do that with projectiles very easily.
No, you definitely cannot. And the up tilt almost going to be killing a snake is one of those surprisingly heavy characters, though. 176. Oh my gosh. Goes for a little bit of extension, but you're going to be punished for that dash attack, my friend. Unfortunately, right in the corner, it's not going to be crossing up at all.
No, not at all. An interesting thing is also that Cloud plays this matchup a lot different than maybe some sort of standard characters or playing against standard characters. You don't get to use your out-of-shield options very often because you're not getting approached by out-of-shield or by any options, out-of-shield or otherwise, by Snake. You're getting approached with grenade tosses or you're getting trapped, essentially. And trapped is exactly what happened there. Good Nikita edgeguard is going to take the first stock of AnthonyIsntCool without having racked up too much damage back onto Sunny. So only a 20%-ish, 30% difference right now. This is entirely doable, especially with how heavy Snake is, to just trade grenade damage. Try to stay on top of your opponent, place a C4 to make it to where Anthony has to approach, place it like maybe on the top platform, on one of the sides, or even towards the edge, and then make sure that you essentially cut off a good quarter of the stage, and suddenly you're playing on, you know, Hollow Bastion.
And he's just super happy to do that as well, normally, but Sunny not able to get too much off of that high percent here. Those grenade trades just didn't come through. I think he was able to get like one falling C4 onto Anthony, but it's such a good discipline to avoid all of the explosions here. Now, again, thing about the Midwest, we do love our snakes. We are big fans of the zoners. A long tenured history of top level duck hunts and snakes and Mega Men and all of those awful characters to fight constantly.
Big trappers.
Anthony has gone through the ringer to get here. He has been born in this crucible, and he is here to destroy as many snakes as possible.
I love that. That's fantastic to see. And you can tell, I think, some experience, at least, versus the Snakes from being in this region. The positioning. Anthony is specifically centering himself when he has the ability to, and otherwise forcing the approach from Sunny.
Yeah, and that's something that Sunny just seems incredibly uncomfortable to do right now, and not a place that he is succeeding too much at, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Has done a bit of damage, about 60 since we've came onto this new stock, which is good, and now we're at a part where we're almost in for sure kill percent, even a grab, but that up tilt is going to be securing it off of that grenade. Love to see the conversion.
Yep.
I think he would have killed without the grenade as well. That up tilt is incredibly strong, but it's nice to have insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, tried for something really fancy there, going for the up air quick spike kill, expecting Anthony to do like a drop down get up option. But that's not exactly what happened. Anthony is being very disciplined here, knowing that this game is still definitely losable, despite the massive lead that he started with.
It's kind of the cloud zone here now, right? He just says, all right, I'm not going to approach you, I'm just going to sit here in back air. That's my wall. I'm going to be forcing you to try to get in on it. I'm going to be catching the roll-in as well. That side, he does a lot of damage. I do like how Anthony is being a little more cognizant of being right underneath Sunny, just in case there's a sneaky C4, maybe a grenade trying to come down and rain on his head, but he's going to be very aggressive with this. does get back and forcing Sunny to use the C4 here and kill himself, unfortunately. Yeah, does have to be underneath the stage and hit that tech, which is very hard to do at times.
That was a high IQ play. I mean, it seems simple enough, right? You have full limit, go deep off stage with a normal option, and then you'll be able to get back. But Snake is going to trade damage with you at any given moment. If you trade grenade damage with Snake, that just gives Snake an easier chance to get back to stage. So he went deep, tried to hit Sunny before he could pull out any sort of deep option. Did get hit against the stage, but was ready for the tech, and was able to get back to stage with the limit climb hazard. So that all said, it seemed like a very simple play, but the execution of it is something that you have to keep your nerves together for, and Anthony had no issue doing that.
No, he did not at all, and we're going to be running back to PS2. Anthony not caring about stages. No. He says, all right, I know you like PS2. I like PS2 quite a bit, actually, so we're just going to be going back and back here.
I think I personally, I know this is going to be another situation where we're not the pros here, but I personally think it's the wrong choice. You want to go to I'm sure, and by I'm sure I mean there has to be, a stage with a shorter bottom platform that you can deal with. Even marginally shorter is going to massively help Snake, because the issue is that you can't be above or below Cloud like you want to be, and that's allowing Anthony to get this wall like you were talking about, and what a tall wall it is, using the verticality to enable his horizontal options. And unfortunately, Sunny doesn't have a way to reliably get close by, underneath, or above. If you were on a shorter stage, you'd be able to cut off a lot more of the stage with your C4 and with your grenades, and then suddenly you're forcing Anthony to play with up air and down air, which is not exactly Cloud's strongest suits when it comes to neutral.
Well, that's an interesting perspective to look at it, but I rebuttal you with an up tilt.
Yeah, you know what? Forget everything that I just said. Sunny's got the download. We're fine.
He's good. He's good.
Got it.
He's going to be dash attacking straight into that side B, unfortunately, and taking a little bit of percent here. 113 and nice and safe on this high recovery. We've always seen Snakes do the high recovery. Recently, we've actually been seeing a lot of Robs do incredibly high recoveries as well. It's nice kind of put it the gameplay. Apparently, it's really hard to hit people when they're not on screen. Who knew?
I don't know. The Metal Man taking a note from Metal Gear.
He goes, I'm just going to run to the ledge. I don't want to deal with this. Absolutely terrified. And oh no, gets the side B in the wrong way. Tries to circle it around, but going to be getting punished for it. Side B off the platform, but even if he's able to take the stock, he's at 120 right now. And that up air doesn't get to kill it.
No. But this is the vertical play that Sunny has been wanting the entire time. And now that he has a lead, he does get to play his game a little bit more. That's ultimately the core aspect of gameplay with Snake, is when you have a lead on your opponent, you just get to trade damage for free. And suddenly, Anthony is the one that has to come up with the answers.
The answers are not coming to him right now. It's a tough test currently, and hopefully 4 tilts and back airs do it. And, if you answer C enough times, you're going to be correct.
Exactly.
It's an old adage for it. Limits on
adage that we all experienced in elementary, middle school, in high school, and college. Honestly,
did anybody all the time?
Anytime you had a Scantron, you knew what was happening.
You just got to keep going, man.
Exactly.
You can't think about the answers here. That is not going to secure the kill quite, but we are now in the percentage to do so. But then he's just a stray side B. We just throw it at him.
Just dropped it right where he landed, and he just dropped shield at the wrong time, I guess.
Yeah. GG, shake my hand.
Yeah. Right? And now another stock lead. Just as we were able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, suddenly it's closed off again, and Anthony's got an uphill battle.
Yeah, he's trying to put more damage onto Sunny, and is succeeding so far. Has to be super cautious of being underneath him.
Yeah.
But
out of shield option.
There we go.
Out of shield option.
One of them's a little bit better.
Yeah, one of them's a little bit better, and the later one that came out is obviously going to be the one that wins. As good as down air out of shield is for Snake, it's punishable.
1 up air comes through, 2 up airs come through. I answer you a down air myself off of that grenade conversion. I love how much damage he's getting off of every single grenade explosion. Every time that Anthony gets hit, Sunny is ready and roaring to be there. I might have said it too soon. I think Sunny is doing such a solid job in this matchup so far.
Yeah. Although Anthony has brought a lot back here, and suddenly the percentages are evened up. We do have limit online. Oh, but he just goes for the down air. Okay, I really, really like that. So Sunny thought that he was going to go for a limit cross slash at ledge, and air dodging to the ledge, I think, would have just missed one of the hits, and he would have been able to grab ledge and not have an issue. However, predicting that there was going to be another maybe aggressive option or not an immediate ledge option coming out, he decides to go off stage, Anthony does, and immediately jump back for the down air. Just such a good option to pick. It's a mix-up option at the end of the day. It's not like he exactly read what was going to happen. He just mixed in a different option that he hadn't utilized so much, but it was a great choice, and we're just going to keep running it back. PS2 makes the best games.
it's got to be a bit demoralizing being ahead that entire time and that stock just stolen right underneath you.
Yeah.
As soon as Anthony cashed on all of your bad habits. Oh, you're going to jump here? Oh, you're going to do a low recover? Oh, sorry, man. Shake my hand on that one. I'm going to be taking this game here. But Sunny, he is determined to get something off of it, and maybe PS2 is the place to do it.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thought, and he definitely figured something out last game. I don't think this is something that he couldn't have figured out on, say, Small Battlefield. And again, there's got to be a reason. I'm sure Sunny will come up to me after this, you know, after maybe a year.
He'll flame you, and he'll be like,
you have to understand there's a clear reason, and then I'll learn something. But for now, I'm just not fully getting it. I think that you're giving Anthony too much credit, or maybe not enough credit on what he could be doing here, by going to a long stage.
Or you just shake up the scenery, right? I think some players are just not, they're not comfortable enough just shaking up the scenery, honestly. Right. We just need to try something new and allow yourself to take more of a breather. But right now, neither player is really taking a breather, as they've just been in each other's faces constantly. Sunny not able to build a sturdy enough wall to keep Anthony away from him. And Anthony, he's just swinging. That's all he needs to do. Yeah. He's got a big sword, and your face is ripe for getting punched with it. It's got to be dull, right?
Dull?
It would be bad. It's got to be dull. You can't come in with sharp weapons into this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying. I thought you thought
you got to be bored. You got to be bored with it.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Snake Cloud is hype. If you don't think Snake Cloud is hype, that's all we have. That's it. You got to get out of the reach.
It's fantastic. I think anybody that's been watching Smash, that's still watching Smash, has seen enough Spargo and Apollo Kage that you enjoy watching Snake and Cloud.
Right. Nice another forward tilt putting off stage. But Anthony was able to secure the stock. Solid tech. And he has done the re-grab, and Anthony's not ready with that down tilt. That is really his only option to try to hit on ledge.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, honestly, up tilt probably does this. Nothing does everything. I might be mistaken. Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Wrong option.
Anthony was looking like he had a good lead and he could have racked up some damage there, but Sunny just kept the pressure on, not coming off the gas pedal at any point, and Anthony succumbed to the pressure.
And every time he does that, he gets a lot out of it, and unfortunately, he got bamboozled to get hit by 2 of his grenades right there. Well, that up air does a little bit of damage. Still trying to build these grenade walls and punishing every time that Anthony jumps in, which is good. This is sort of the game plan that we need again.
Absolutely.
We do have limit on deck, however. Your shield is very slow.
Oh! Not going to take it, though.
We live in. We got the godlike DI.
128%, and 128 is about how heavy Snake is as well.
That's a gross thing you just said.
What do you
awful.
mean?
I hate how heavy he is.
Yeah, I know. It really is. His weight, I think it's actually something like 116 or something like that, but it's still on the top 10 or 15 heaviest characters in the game. Good forward air.
Nice back air, you know? Yeah. We need to see more nice back air. Forward air is going to be putting some damage onto Anthony, but damage is not what you need right now, Sonny. You need a stock, and Anthony understands the assignment currently. He goes, all right, I know you need to get something off this, and I'm just going to continuously put more and more pressure on you. We're already past 100, Kevin.
Yeah. This is not looking good. Anthony's stock needs to go right now if Sunny wants a chance of staying in this set.
That forward throw is not quite going to do it either, hoping for Nikita to catch it. But Anthony's still living 169 and still trading percentages, and at a point here, you might have to just call it 131% on Sunny.
Happy to take this damage knowing that the end is nigh.
Oh, the forward tilt doesn't do it, but a nair is going to kick him off. And a down tilt is just going to launch you again, and
yeah.
I think his jump was gone.
Yeah, that was a little anticlimactic way to end that.
A little bit of a sad way, but yeah. AnthonyIsntCool going to be advancing into winner's side, and this winner's side is looking like a bloodbath so far. In case you're not keeping track of the bracket, Hawk just 3-1 to Tata.
Oh, really?
That's another one of the top 8 seeds already sent to losers. Oh, wow. Time Gear took down Arctice, which I don't know why Arctice was seeded so low. I'm not going to flame any of the tournament organizers, but 47th seed for Arctice is...
I was wondering the same.
That kind of hurts a little bit. You have a diagram, though.
I do. I just wanted to talk about this really quickly.
Sure.
This is... I know some of you in the chat right now are talking about how the matchup is fine, right?
Right.
And it is at the end of the day. But I'm just going to compare really quickly Small Battlefield to PS2 for you guys. If you're playing Snake, let's just put Snake, say, like right here, where Snake might normally...